We haven't done this ever, and it's a Q&A session. Breaking the ice is so easy when you have two hammers hitting at it. You're thinking, Richard, how the fuck do I break the ice? It's so awkward, there's this awkward tension. What do I say? This is a time to reinvent yourself. There is so much to it that once you finish watching this video, you'll be able to know exactly how to make friends, how to break the ice, and I'll be honest, this is aimed for people that are very introverted as well. So people that overthink every single interaction. And the reason why I can say it is because I was one of those people. This is the ultimate freshers prep series, episode 5, making friends at university. Number 1 is gonna be the mindset. Your mindset when you walk into university is everything. First, I wanna say that you need to walk into university with lowest expectations possible. Don't go in there expecting to make your best friend for life, because I'm gonna tell you this right now, you might not. And that's okay. You don't have to make best friends with people to have the best time at university. This is the only time in your life where you'll be able to reinvent yourself. Being at university, you can be who you want to be. And I'm not saying that to be like cheesy and all of that. This is a new environment. No one knows who you are. No one knows anything else. You might have one person that's from your area, but that does not matter. This is a time to reinvent yourself. Be who you want to be. If you want to meet real friends, you have to be the real you, because the real people aren't going to come to you because they don't know who the real you is. So when you go to university, you have to rebrand as the real you. Think about who you are, what you like. Express yourself in the most authentically you way possible. If you are someone that's an introvert, but you've always wanted to be an extrovert, and you've always thought, I just don't know how. I've always been an introvert. Pretend. The way for you to become an extrovert when you're an introvert, especially when you're in a new environment, is to fake it till you make it. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, but I don't want to fake it so much. Guys, after a week of faking to become an extrovert, you actually become an extrovert. There is something called brain plasticity, which means that when you do something on a consistent routine, your brain believes it to be real. That's why it's so hard to start going to the gym, because like it feels like an effort, but then eventually you just stick to it and it just becomes like a natural part of your routine. It feels weird not going to the gym. The exact same way when it comes to socializing, when you pretend to be an extrovert, it will feel weird at the beginning. It will feel, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Everyone knows. You'll have imposter syndrome. But after the first week or two, it will feel normal. You'll find it so easy to be an extrovert. So just my advice would be to pretend to be the biggest extrovert ever if you're an introvert. And if that's what you truly want to be as your authentic self. If you fake yourself, you're going to attract fake friends, which is why it's so important to be your authentic self. And I cannot stress this enough, because I see a lot of people pretending to be someone that they're not. And then they make friends. Of course they make friends, but they don't like the friends that they have. It's because they weren't being authentically themselves. If you want good friends, you've got to be yourself. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. Want to make a friend? This is the guaranteed way that you can make a friend at freshers. Right now, at the beginning, when you get to university, it is all about quantity. You want to speak to as many people as physically possible. And you might think, oh yeah, I'm going to speak to 5 people. Make it 50. Go to every single society event. Go to every single freshers icebreaker. Talk to everyone around you. Believe it or not, some of my closest friends I met in a pub toilet. I met in the elevator. There is no rule that says like you're going to meet your friend there and there and there. You cannot control how many friends you make, but you can control how many people you meet. People think that friendship is something that you can just create. You can just create a friendship. I say I don't agree with that. I think a friendship is a side effect to talking to a bunch of people, because not everyone's going to be your friend. Everyone's different. Everyone's got like different characteristics. Sometimes you know what you want from a friend and not everyone can fit it. So my advice would be to talk to anyone and everyone. The first week of university, your voice should be going. Your voice should be like going away because of how much you were talking to people. I don't care if you're an introvert. I don't care if you're an extrovert. I don't care if you have anxiety. To be honest, I suffered with generalized anxiety disorder. And it was hell. I was terrified. I was terrified at uni. I was so scared I wasn't going to make any friends. I was so scared that I would have a shit experience. It was just pretend to be an extrovert, and it worked. Talk to as many people as possible. Be the most extroverted version of yourself as possible, because a lot of people have the mindset of just sitting down and waiting for someone to be your friend. No one's going to do that. One thing that you'll realize when you talk to a lot of different people is that everyone's the same. When I was at uni, I was wondering, that's literally my friend from back home, but in a different font. The exact same style of person, but in a different font. And that is basically summing up socializing. There is only a limited amount of people in the world, and the rest are just like duplicates of themselves. And I know that this seems bad. I know that this seems like, oh my God, Richard, like everyone's original. There are the same versions of people all across the world. You think you're leaving your hometown to find a completely different person? Wrong. Once you start socializing, you see how easy it is, because no one is original. And I know some people will look at me and think, Richard, you are a fucking narcissist. What the fuck do you mean? everyone is the same. Different font, the exact same style of person. And you might not understand what I mean right now, but when you start university, when you start socializing, or you might even get it, but when you start uni, you'll know that I'm right. Everyone's the same. So the main thing I want you to take away from this is talk to as many people as possible. I promise you, it will only get easier. The more people you talk to, the easier it gets. Now, after a few weeks of being at university, you would have had a friendship group. You will have a friendship group, whether that's the one from your course, whether that's the one from people that you met, your flatmates, you will have a big friendship group. This is where you narrow down, okay? Because now you have a big quantity but low quality. You have to think about the ones that actually care for you. Think about the ones that actually like you for who you are. Think about the ones that match your personality to a T. And what I want you to do is just spend more time with them. That's it. There is no more to it. Think about it like this. When you leave a hangout, when you leave like a motive, think about whether you feel drained or you feel energized. If you feel drained, those are not your friends. If you feel energized, those are your friends. If you feel happy, those are your friends. If you feel like numb, those aren't your friends. Okay, this is a very simple rule that's helped me think whether someone's worth it in my life. The thing about friendships is the beginning stages are the hardest, but once you're locked in for the rest of your life. People have friendships that last for years. The friends that you make at uni will last you a lifetime. So you might think, oh, this is so much, this is so hard. I cannot be asked to be proactive. I cannot be asked to ask someone to go out and do something. It's worth meeting so many new people. It is worth narrowing it down to finding your true people. Because once you find your true people, you will have the best time at university. The thing that people don't say is it doesn't matter what uni you go to. It doesn't matter if you go up north. It doesn't matter if you go down south. It does not matter what uni you go to. It matters who you go with. It matters what friends you have whilst you're at university. Because if you have good people, you're going to have a great time. Even if you were in uni of Nottingham or Nottingham Trent, where nightlife is fucking crazy, but you had no friends. And then there's someone up at Oxford, but they have a bunch of friends. The Oxford guy is going to have more fun. The Oxford girl is going to have more fun because of the people that you are around. Now, this is my final note on this. Not everyone's going to be your friend. Not everyone's going to be your piece of cake or whatever the phrase is. Not everyone will be your friend. You go into freshers and you end up not making any friends. And you become sad because you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to make any friends. Is it about me? It's not about me. Think about like social life and like people as a puzzle. Sometimes someone's not your piece of a puzzle and that's okay. Sometimes someone isn't the right shoe fit for you and that's okay. Because as long as you keep on trying, you will eventually find it. The reason why people say, I've not made any friends in first year, I've not made any friends in second year, I've not made any friends at uni. People say that because they try the first couple of weeks, they try and then they're like, fuck, I'm the problem. Fuck, no one likes me. Fuck, everyone here sucks. And they stop looking, they stop trying, and then that's it. That's game over. I guarantee you that if you continue trying to socialize for the whole time whilst you're at uni, you're gonna make at least like 3 or 4 best friends. I swear to God, I promise you right now, to continue trying, no matter what happens during freshers. A lot of you, 99% of you will make friends during freshers. 99% of you will make friends within the first month of freshers. Some of you won't, and some of you will make friends later on that year. But the only way that you will never make friends at uni, the only way that fear of yours will ever be true is if you give up. So please don't give up no matter what. And this applies to a lot in life, but like, don't give up when it comes to finding friendships, please. Now, part number 2 is gonna be, how do you break the ice? There's going to be a lot of different environments that you're going to be in at uni. And you're thinking, Richard, how the fuck do I break the ice? It's so awkward. There's this awkward tension. What do I say? Starting off with lectures. You are in your lecture. You look to your left, you look to your right. There's 2 people sat next to you. Again, everyone's on their phone. Everyone's just like fidgeting and no one's doing anything. You need to know that whatever you do, please, for the love of God, when you are in a social situation, do not go on your phone. When you go on your phone in a social situation, people think that you're not interested. People think that you don't want to be here. You don't look approachable. During freshers or whenever you start in a new environment, you have to try your best to be as approachable as possible. Make it as easy as possible for people to start conversations with you, okay? Because that will just lead to you talking to more people and making more friends, etc. So what you want to do if you're in your course, look to your left, look to your right, mention something out loud. Read the lecture slide out loud and then just act confused. Be like, oh, do you know what this is? Even that smallest of an icebreaker will make it so much easier for a conversation to start. Or just say, hi, my name is Thingy, nice to meet you. Simple as. It does not matter. It's tiny. And you might think, Richard, like, oh, it's so embarrassing. They know that I want to make friends. So what? Let them. Let them. It does not matter. I don't know if you guys heard about the let them theory, but you got to just do it and just not worry about what people are thinking or saying. Introduce yourself, say hi, talk about what's on the screen. As long as you break the ice, even with the smallest thing, it will make it so much easier, because I can guarantee you that person is going to start talking more, and then the whole conversation is going to break out. The second icebreaker, just speak your mind. Whatever is going through your head, speak it out loud. When you're pretending to be an extrovert, this just comes naturally, but when you are like a random situation, random environment, and you want to break the ice, speak your mind on the spot, because I can guarantee you a conversation is going to break out. And I've made so many friends from that. I remember one time, I met this guy in an elevator, and I went to his prees like a couple of days later, and I made 2 friends there. Like, guys, you just have to talk to anyone and everyone. Next is going to be societies. You need to talk to the people in your society. Left, right. Again, a lot of people are going to have icebreakers. It doesn't matter. There's going to be icebreakers. You don't typically have to work as much to break the ice in societies, but all you have to do is be involved. The main thing I'm going to say is please be involved. Don't just sit there and stare. Don't just sit there and go on your phone. Breaking the ice is so easy when you have 2 hammers hitting at it. Like, it's not just you wanting to break the ice. You've got to remember that everyone is in this situation together. Everyone wants to break the ice. Everyone wants to get to know you. Worst thing you could possibly do is just go down on your phone, be approachable. Now, for your flat, the best way for you to break the ice with your flat, and I think the flat is the easiest way to break the ice, because you all live together. You can just be like, oh, this is a nice kitchen. Like, breaking the ice will come naturally. This is like sooner or later is going to happen. But I would suggest a group bonding activity. As soon as you move in, go to Asda, go to Tesco's, go to Lidl, go to Aldi, do a group shopping trip so that you can buy things from the flat. If you don't know how to approach it, just be like, guys, we need kitchen roll, we need washing up liquid. I say we all just go together. Go together and just go on a big shopping trip. And if this is so stupid, there's no way we're going to be friends based on this. You might not be friends, but this is such a good way for you guys to break the ice in a relaxed environment. You can get to know one another. If you have a lot of things in common, great, you found your group of people. Like, a lot of people overthink it, but it can be as simple as that. You start with your flatmates and just go from there. Don't overthink making friends. It's so easy to overthink making friends, and I think that's one of the worst things you can do, because you have to remember that friendships isn't something that you can control. You cannot control how many friends you make. What you can control is how many people you talk to. A friendship is a result of the people that you talk to that match who you are, and you cannot control people who match who you are. The only thing you can control in the situation is how many people you talk to. If you are worried that you're not going to make any friends, sign up to all the clubs, sign up to all the societies, talk to all of your flatmates, talk to everyone around you, and I can guarantee you, you are going to find your friend. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. The worst thing that you can do is give up. So if I had to sum everything up, that's the main thing I would focus on. Don't give up and talk to as many people as possible. Another mistake would be, don't force a friendship. Whatever you do, don't force a friendship. That is probably one of the worst things you can do, because then you will not be able to meet your actual friends. The times that you're spending doing activities with this person that you don't actually like, you could have been doing that with someone that could have been your actual friend. Don't just stick around with someone because you feel bad. Don't just stick around with someone that you know for sure is not going to be your friend, because you're going to regret it. Sometimes, even if you have to be alone, it's worth it. Being alone for a week and then finding like your good friend or finding someone is better than being with the wrong people for the whole time at university. And I'm going to end it on that note. And now we're going to be doing something new. We haven't done this ever, and it's a Q&A session. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. And guys, I can't believe it. I'm a YouTuber. That's crazy. So, I've been asking you on Instagram. By the way, my Instagram is rabbitgoesbeam if you don't follow me already. I've been asking you guys on Instagram, what questions do you have about making friends? And I'm going to go through these. There's a lot here. After introducing yourself, how do you take it forward and actually become friends? Communication. Communication is the key. So when you break the ice, always get socials, always get Snapchat or Instagram or some kind of socials, and then break the ice then. Be like, oh, are you going to this event? Sometimes people are scared to message first because they think that they're desperate, but it does not matter. Send the first fucking message. If it results in a 10-year plus long friendship, do you really care about like the potential someone thinking, oh, like he's trying too hard to be friends? Everyone's trying too hard to be friends. Don't worry about what people are saying and just message first. Say, are you going to this event? Do you want to come for prees? Message first. So the key to this question, I don't know, I can't pronounce your name, is just communicate more. Just follow up questions. Is it weird to text people from the group? It's not. It's not. I'll be honest, I made a few friends before I went to university, but it wasn't the main way that I made friends. But it's not. A lot of people that I know had friends from before they actually went to university. Do you actually stay friends with the people that you meet in Freshers Week? Sometimes. During Freshers, because everyone's so scared of being alone, they cling very hard to who they meet first. And this basically gives them like a false sense of security. You're like, oh my God, these are my friends. But in reality, the first people that you meet are not going to be your friends. Like, that's just the reality. Like, you're all together for the comfort's sake. Like, I remember my first friendship group, we only lasted 2 nights and that was it. And everyone went their own ways. It just, yeah. Most friends don't last from Freshers Week. However, it can. So I won't give a definitive answer to this. It depends if you meet your person. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Is it better to get a house with your friends from your course or other courses? It doesn't matter. So if you guys don't know, when you go into second year, a lot of people choose to get a house because you get to live with all your friends in a house. It's really nice and it's cheaper, it's better. You can bring your car. It's really good. The main thing I would say here is don't rush to get in a house, please. The biggest mistake you can do is rush to get in a house. There'll be a lot of people saying you have to get a house, in October time. That's a month after Freshers. That's not enough time for you to see who the real people are. Don't fall for the fake urgency. You can get a house when it's May. You don't have to do it as soon as it's October. A lot of people have a horrible second year, but they have a bad second year because they don't like the people who they're with. So don't make the mistake of locking in a contract for a house with people that you just met, because the 3-month rule applies. If you don't know what it is, the 3-month rule is basically where people don't show their true colors until it's been 3 months. And that's obviously, you're like, oh my God, that's so weird. But think about it. When you meet someone, you want to be the best version of yourself. You might hide all of your little bad sides of yourself. And sometimes you think it doesn't matter. The bad sides aren't that big of a deal. The small things that you think aren't bad, your friends will think that, oh, it'll be a deal breaker for your friends. And you won't know someone's bad side until you've known them for 3 months. People can be weird. You will experience a lot of this. Some people are weird. Like, university isn't an exception. In society, people can be manipulative, people can be narcissistic, people can just be weird. Be wary and don't lock yourself in with someone that you just met. It's not worth it. What do I even say? So, easiest way to do this, the easiest way for you to actually break the ice, I think it sums up the video in one. Speak what's in your mind. Speak what is in your mind. Try not to be in your own head as much. Whatever you're thinking, just say it out loud. It can be the stupidest thing, like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. Even if you whisper it under your breath, it creates an opportunity for conversations to start. So speak it. Speak whatever's on your mind. How to avoid making fake friends. Be authentically yourself. If you are being authentically yourself, you will make authentic friends. If you're being the fake version of yourself, out of just because you're scared to be the real you, it's just comfortable to be fake, you'll make fake friends. This isn't maybe, this isn't if. You will make fake friends if you're being the fake version of yourself. Your aim, if you want to avoid making fake friends, find out who you are. Try to be the most authentic version of yourself. I would like to attend university in the UK, but I'm afraid I might be left alone. You're from Italy. When you are an international student, it is very common for you to feel like you're alone. And I've seen so many cases of these, and I know so many international students that are scared when they first go to university, but you'll realize that there are societies created for you. There are societies that are focused on international students. And this basically means that there are people in the exact same scenario as you. My advice to you, sign up to your international student society. It might be called something else, but it will be something along those lines. And I'm telling you, you can make friends so easily. You can make friends like that. It will be so easy for you to make friends. And you can still, again, what I said earlier, you can still make friends with people who are from England. You're more likely to make friends than other people that go to university because of that society, because you and that other international students share common ground. Is it harder to make friends if you don't attend Freshers? This is a very common question. People think that, oh, I can't make friends because I didn't go to Freshers. I can't make friends because I don't drink. And no, I think you just have to go a bit more out of your way to do it. So because people do Freshers, they go out their way to go drinking. They go out their way to go to events. They go out their way to go clubbing. And because of that, they create more opportunities to talk to people. But like I said earlier, if you want to make more friends, it boils down to this. You just have to talk to as many people as possible. Just because someone goes to Freshers, all it means is just that they're talking to more people. If you are talking to the same equivalent number of people, let's say by going to the society, to the library, let's say by you go to other events that don't involve drinking, then you will not have a problem making friends. If you don't drink alcohol, you can still go to Freshers events. You can still go to clubs. Clubbing isn't all just about alcohol. It is also about the music. Don't just go to uni and think, oh my God, I don't drink. I'm just going to stay inside all day. Go to the Freshers events. Have a Coke in your hand and just say, yeah, like a vodka Coke if you really feel scared. But no one's going to drink your drink and think, oh my God, you're not drinking. Why? No one cares. You don't have to drink. In my Freshers, a lot of people didn't drink and they still had fun. And there is this funny thing that happens actually. When you go out and you're with a bunch of like drunk people and you're sober, you feel drunk. It's not harder as long as you actually attempt the same amount. When should you fully open up? You should fully open up after 3 months. Please go by the 3-month rule. This is the one thing that I cannot stress it enough. Do not open up fully to someone unless it's been 3 months. And I say this because people hide who they truly are for 3 months, like I said earlier in the video. And I've mentioned this before, but please don't overshare. People don't need to know about your trauma. And I know that sometimes you're drunk, sometimes you're drinking, sometimes you want to bond on a deeper level. Don't talk about your trauma within the first week. That's not good. A lot of people do it. Don't do it. It pushes people away. What happened to me wasn't fair, and I completely agree. I'm sorry for what happened to you. But you cannot go around telling anyone and everyone your traumatic event. Because then that's how people don't like to say this. First impressions are real. and they last and they matter. And sometimes you might think, oh yeah, but I'm more than just what happened to me. People look at you and they think of their interaction with you. If their only interaction was you talking about the trauma, you are the trauma boy or you're the trauma girl. Like, that's just way too heavy. I can't, like, that's a lot. Like, don't be that trauma person, okay? Just be yourself. Don't talk about your trauma and don't go too deep unless it's been 3 months. Who to not make friends with? This is going to be controversial, but people not that are nice to everyone. People who are friends with everyone. Like, for example, people who say that they hate a certain person, but then they still become friends with that person and they still become friends with everyone else. When someone's a friend to all is a friend to none. Someone who tells you everything about everyone else will tell on you. Like, you cannot trust the people that are friends with everyone. That's just how it is. If someone's nice to everyone, that's a different story. But if someone's friends with everyone, that's a red flag. This only applies after October. But yeah, when do you start looking for a second year house and who do you look for it with? Like I said, when you know the people that are your people, those people, and you start looking for it around November time, November, December. Don't do it any earlier. What if someone is oversharing to me? How do I tell them they shouldn't be without being rude? Change the topic of a conversation. Sometimes when you change the topic of a conversation, they're like small clues about maybe you shouldn't be talking about that. Or like start talking about something else. I know it's awkward. When something like that happens, it is fucking awkward. There's no denying it. It is awkward. So what you can do is just change the topic of a conversation. Say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Always acknowledge their feelings, but just nudge the conversation somewhere else. Because as soon as you nudge it somewhere else, they're going to realize, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. They're going to feel a bit awkward, but they've learned their lesson. Because it's better than you just sitting there for hours just being like, oh yeah, tell me more, and like, what else happened? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. If you feel uncomfortable in a conversation, say it, make it known. Like, don't like change the topic of a conversation. Don't just sit there for hours. How can you tell the difference between someone who doesn't want to be friends and someone who's socially anxious? Someone who doesn't want to be friends will make it very clear. When someone doesn't want to be your friend, they're not going to give you any time. Someone who's socially anxious will try. You'll see they'll try, but they may not fulfill what they're trying to do. Because again, anxiety, like mental health is a whole nother topic and that is a massive thing. But I think it's very easy to tell when someone doesn't want to be friends. And I think it's one of those things that you shouldn't trick yourself into thinking that someone wants to be your friend. If someone isn't giving you the time of day, if someone isn't replying to your messages, if someone is treating you like a third world person, they don't want to be your friend. Take the hint. How do you avoid looking desperate? Don't be scared of looking desperate. That's the biggest thing you can do. Obviously, once you find your people, stop. Like, once you find people that you can chill with, stop, slow it down. Freshers is going to be the fastest paced thing that you will do socially. Like, you'll be talking to everyone during freshers, but once you actually find your people, don't be in like November doing the exact same thing with that same intensity, talking to 50 people. Like, if people are going to look at you and think, oh my God, like, he's insane. Scared of doing the typical, oh, hey, what caused you on stuff? Yeah, but there's a reason. It works. It always works. Those always work. So I would say, even saying what course you're doing, the best way to break the ice is to just break it with anything. Even if you have to break it with a feather, which is like the stupidest questions, like, oh, hey, what course are you on? Oh, hey, do you go to this uni? Like, as long as you break the ice, it makes the conversation flow so much easier. And to be honest, the first thing that you say does not matter. The first thing that you say, all it's designed to do is to break the awkward silence. It's the first thing you want to do is just create some common ground. And then afterwards, just like talk about what's going on or talk about, yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys how to do a conversation, but you know what I mean. To be honest, I really don't want to make friends. I don't think I'm going to fit in anyways. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't ever do that. Don't fucking do that. Oh my God. Don't say that. Don't say that. You will find your people. People, I'm saying this right now. Don't talk shit into reality. Whatever you think, whatever you say, it will manifest. Anything you say will manifest. And if you're saying, oh, I'm not going to make any friends anyways, I give up, you are internalizing that in your mind. Your mind truly believes that. Your mind does not know what a lie is. A study that said if you smile, your brain thinks like you're happy, even if you're not. That will automatically make you withdraw. That will automatically make you want to leave. The second that something bad happens, and something bad is going to happen, life is not fair. Whenever something weird happens, whenever something is unfair, you're going to run away when you have this mindset. But if you actually know that you're going to make friends eventually, not that you're not going to make friends, you're going to make friends eventually. Worst thing is that you're going to take a bit of extra time. You're going to keep on trying. This is a giving up mindset. Don't ever hold this giving up mindset. This is no. Oh my God, this has ruined my day. Be yourself and talk outside of a box to attract people. Like I said, talk to anyone and everyone, even if they're not like your cup of tea sometimes. That is it. Oh my God, that was episode 5 of Before The Hangover, how to make friends. This was very basic. I know that some of you feel bad watching this video because you think, why am I watching a video to make friends? All this video is just reassuring you. All this video is just telling you not to worry. A lot of people worry a lot, and this video isn't to like teach you because you already know all of this. But I just wanted to re-emphasize the things that I've seen, re-emphasize some of your doubts. Make it easier for yourself to actually realize that maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe I will make friends, because you will make friends. Let me just say this, you are going to make friends. It's a matter of when. As long as you don't give up. Don't ever give up, okay? But yeah, thank you for watching episode 5 of Before the Hangover. Let me know, how is my microphone and camera? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Do I switch back to my phone? I don't know. So yeah, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching. We reached 700 subscribers. 700. Oh my God. My inner child is so happy right now. Love you all. I'm off. Bye-bye.